Well, hey there folks, this is Vlad from Review Outdoor Gear again, and today I've got another review for you. Today I want to share with you guys this axe. I've been using it for quite a while now, and I figured it's time to give you guys a review of it. This is the Fiskars Norden N7. A while back I made a review of the Fiskars X7. Since that video got made, my car got broken into and that one got stolen. So I figured, let's give this one a try. It's essentially the exact same shape and size as that one, but it's got a few upgrades. So today I want to kind of talk about the pros and cons of this one, why I love it, and just hopefully give you a nice overview of all the specs and features and put it to the test, show you how it splits, how it chops, all the good stuff. And ultimately you can make the decision of if it's worth the money for you or if you want to just stick to the good old X7. I think they both have their good pros and cons, so let's get into it. This, like I said, is essentially the same exact shape and size as the Fiskars X7. The first difference you'll notice is the handle. So I think the cool thing about this axe is how it marries the kind of classic Fiskars style of head with their overmolded plastic handle here and strike protection with a very traditional American hickory handle. I think it works really well. I think this might be a good option for those people that love the classic and traditional style of the hickory handle for good reason. I mean, it's amazing. The wood feel is just second to none, but still want the nice Fiskars durability of the head and just this really durable over strike protection all the way down. Let me just get this sheath off. By the way, if you're interested in this sheath, we do custom hand make these. Check them out in the description below. So really unique design. I don't think I've seen this on any other axe before. I'm not sure exactly how this whole joint here works, but the way it seems is, this is probably hollow inside here, and the hickory handle is, thinned down, fitted in there. And around here is this nice quality looking metal collar. And I'm not sure how all this works other than just cutting it open. I can't tell you, but I can tell you it's extremely sturdy. I mean, the seam between the wood handle and the metal collar and the plastic piece here it looks airtight. I mean, it's very sturdy. And I've used this thing for multiple months now. There's no wobble, there's no give at all. The difference between this and the X7 and the handle is you don't have that kind of hollow feel in the X7. You have that, the X7 handle is hollow all the way up to here. And so when you do strike with it, you don't get the vibrations through it like you do with just like a metal handle or plastic one, but you kind of feel that it's hollow. With this, you get that just nice solid feel of hickory. Really nice quality. I love that they didn't seal it or lacquer it. It's just varnished, so the wood is penetrated with a protective coating, but it still has the nice like raw wood feel, so it's not slippery in the hand when it gets wet. Hickory they used is a very high quality, really nice grain orientation. I'm not sure if you can see that on there. Tight grain, straight up and down, very strong, and it's just a good looking axe. It looks a lot more refined and just kind of fancy, a lot more fancier looking than the X7. The X7 is just pure utility. It's a great little hatchet, but this one has all of the versatility and the usefulness, but a little more, good looks to it, and the nice quality handle. And also, difference between the X7 and the N7 is the N7 has, I believe, a bit of a higher quality steel, or at least the way in which it's forged or tempered. It's a higher quality or harder and more durable steel. The edge retention is amazing on it. I've been using it daily to split logs, split kindling. I haven't sharpened it even once yet. It's still, I would say, razor sharp, and that's how it came. So very, very nice quality on this. We're not talking like high quality Swedish hand forged steel here, but still a nice quality, looks like maybe a drop forged, type of steel here. It does have the nice coating here on the head, the non-stick coating, and I've noticed that helping quite a bit. You know, when you bury it deep in the axe, it doesn't bind as well or as much. It comes out easier. You can kind of wiggle it out. So overall, just a very nice quality axe, very useful, just like the X7, with just a couple extra nice features. It does run about, I think, twice as much as the X7. I think the X7 runs about $35-40 US, and I believe the N7 runs about $80-ish. So double the price, but if you want these extra added features, that's what you're gonna have to pay. The pole on here is just like the X7, where it has kind of the drop forge ridge on there. I haven't ground this one down personally yet, but that might be an option in the future. If you do want to use that to pound anything with it, you're gonna have to get rid of that ridge on there because it deflects in either direction. So there you go. It looks very nice. Let's do some testing with it. All right, so let's start out with just kind of a simple chopping test here. This is not really the kind of axe or hatchet you'd be using to chop down like massive trees, so I don't think I'm gonna really go into that kind of a thing. It does do well. I mean, maybe I'll show you a little bit of like side chopping, but for example, something like this, if you have, some thin inch, this is about an inch thick, logs. I mean, it eats through this stuff like nothing. One strikes, easy. The blade is extremely sharp. If you're doing any kind of, sharpening or steak making, it works really well for that. You can choke up on it reasonably well and kind of, here, let me chop this thing down so it's kind of a little more manageable. You can choke up on it pretty well, and it has a fair bit of control. So pretty useful, if you're trying to make, even if you're trying to make a very crude feather stick type, thing, it would be doable. Probably not my go-to with that, but pretty versatile with that, so does a pretty good job. And again, the chops, it goes through this stuff just easy. Really comfortable in the hand. This flare here at the end really locks in that finger just like the X7. Really sturdy, perfect length. Throw it in your backpack. I mean, this thing's kind of a no-brainer if you're going like camping or backpacking or hiking. Perfect size, and it'll do a lot more than you think. It'll split small to medium-sized logs. It'll chop down or trim down stuff, any limbing you want to do or whatever. I mean, it's amazing. So look at that. I mean, it really does a good job on this kind of stuff. But I will say, if you are, kind of doing the bushcraft style stuff where you're making steaks and trying to pound them, especially with this, you got to get rid of this ridge. It really does not suit you well to pound on the back of stuff because it just bounces off. You got to get rid of that. But yeah, really nice. Chops through knots and logs. Let's try splitting a bit of a log. I'll show you how that works. All right, so here I've got about a 5 or 6 inch log, just pine. Got a couple knots down in the bottom there. I'd say small to medium sized log. Let's see how it does. Set it up there. There you go. On the first hit, got a big old crack. I'd say flip it over, and it's split open. Really satisfied with this performance, especially considering it's not really that, flared like Fiskars makes specific splitting axes. For just a general use blade, this thing's amazing. I mean, it just cuts through this stuff. Easy. And I know, pine isn't the hardest thing out there. So, you got harder woods like you got oak or fir or whatever. But considering how easily this splits open, stuff like this, it'll do that quite well. I mean, and I've taken this thing out camping and I've used it with, fir tree or other hardwoods, you know, it does really well. It digs in, and it has enough weight on the head to carry through. That went right through the knot there. It does really well. And for kindling, I mean, it's nice and small. You can control it well, and you can just continue splitting with it, you know. The finer stuff it does really well with as well. I've even used this, you know, like baton style, where you put it on top of a log if you want to split that, you know, and you can hit it with the other one. Nice thing about that is it's got that plastic thing on the back there. Kind of prevents you from eating up the hickory handle. But it's an amazing little splitter for the size you get, and just, you know, it's just great. So definitely satisfied with that. It would be plenty for, you know, a camping trip, unless you're getting big old rounds. I mean, if you've got logs that are not full of knots, it'll go bigger. I've probably split like 10 or 11 inch pieces with it. Obviously you gotta put the work in to do it, but it will do it. So yeah, really satisfied with that. Let's go do a little bit of chopping. I got a big old log down here. Not exactly something you would be doing regularly with it, but just fun to see how it performs. So let's go try that out. So I've got this log over here that's kind of been down for a while, so I'm sure it's kind of rotted through, but we'll give it a shot. Oh yeah, it's pretty soft. But notwithstanding, I mean, this thing still digs itself in very well, and it will take nice chunks out of it. So if you had to, it would do pretty well at, you know, maybe bucking up a small to medium size log. That's just kind of gummy down there, but just with the way the blade is shaped and how sharp it is, it digs in really well. Combined with a nice flare on the handle, it'll work for you. Look at that. That is pretty gooey though, so not the best test, but still should give you an idea. Well folks, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this review of the Norden N7 from Fiskars. Definitely recommend the axe if you're looking for a bit of an upscale little axe for not a terrible price. As always, links down below for both the axe and our sheath. Check it out. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below as well. I always enjoy interacting with you guys down there in the comments. As always, have a great day. Don't forget to praise God for our beautiful nature and creation that we have out here. And I'll see you next time. Over and out.